We want to talk to you today in this session is about communications. So as workers in the community sector, organisations that are active there, you all have really important messages to be communicating to your clients, your stakeholders and other people that you want to engage with. And the purpose of this session is to talk about how you can use online video as a really effective way of doing that. So in the online world, content is king. And as increasingly sophisticated internet users, we are very good these days at finding and filtering content that interests us or excites us, entertains us, ideally all of those things at the same time. With over 1 billion websites on the World Wide Web and around 1.9 million of those in the .au domain space alone, producers of online content face a massive challenge in just grabbing people's attention, let alone engaging with them in a meaningful way. So whilst you should never put all your eggs in one basket, and you do need to incorporate a variety of different content types in your online presence, we believe that online video, is one of the most effective and potentially the most cost-effective ways of engaging with your stakeholders and the people that you're trying to communicate with. So what we're all going to do today is all four of us are going to show you an example of a video that we use within our own organisations. We're going to talk a little bit about that, and then we're going to throw open to the floor for questions and comments and hopefully have quite an interactive discussion and conversation among ourselves about these concepts. So to get us started, I'd like to play a video that my organisation produced a few years ago now, but it remains one of our most popular videos based on the number of YouTube views. Could we have the first video, please?
I'm planning Australia Day, Chris.
Yeah?
I've got a Barbie, Aussie flags, Lamingtons, and I'm hiring a koala for the day.
Okay, is that legal?
It's just sponge and chocolate and coconut.
No, I meant the koala. But you're getting a .au domain name as well.
Huh?
Well, you're a proud Aussie, so you should have a .au name for your business. Australians are more comfortable dealing with Aussie businesses on the net, so naturally we feel a closer bond to .au.
So what should I do now?
It's really simple. Go to outer.org.au and click on this link, and then it will be all so easy to understand.
.au? Find out why you should at outer.org.au.
Okay, so as you can see, we decided to take a fairly quirky, light-hearted approach to what would otherwise be a fairly dry subject matter of talking about .au domain names and why you should have one. So in terms of cost, we had to pay obviously for the creative work and the video production, and that was several $1,000s, but the voiceover was done by our CEO at the time and a friend of his, so we saved there. So always use in-house talent if you have any. That's a good tip. And so whilst that video has had quite a lot of views by our standards, I'd be lying if I told you that had gone viral. But, you know, going viral is obviously the holy grail of online video. Everybody wants their video to go viral. And we've all probably seen examples of viral videos, so videos that your friends have emailed or shared to you and said, you've got to see this video. Or those videos that actually make it into mainstream media and get played on mainstream media because they've gone viral. So what makes a video go viral? A guy called Dr. Brent Coker, who is an expert in internet marketing strategies at the University of Melbourne, has recently published a book about this. And he says that the key to a video going viral is its shareability. It's one of those made-up words that Waleed was talking about, shareability. So what makes something shareable? So Dr. Coker says that videos which provoke an emotional response in the viewer are the most powerful, especially those that take the viewer on an emotional journey. So from sad to happy or from happy to sad. And that was done famously in the Save the Children Syria video. Does anyone know what I'm talking about there? Called Most Shocking Second a Day. I chose not to show it in this session because it's really quite sad. I defy anybody to watch it without the tears coming into their eyes. It shows a little girl in London, I think, or in the UK, celebrating her birthday, and then fast forwards the year through her life where civil war comes to her country. And the point is to show that that's what Syria was like before civil war came to their country. And at the end, she celebrates her next birthday in hospital, wounded, with bombs falling and so on. And it's called Most Shocking Second a Day. That was viewed 21 million times within 5 days after Save the Children released it, and it increased the subscriptions to their YouTube channel by 1,000%, apparently. And they launched a sequel just this month called Still Most Shocking Second Today, which takes the little girl on the next year of her life where she becomes a refugee. It's really quite amazing. Google it, Save the Children, Syria videos. So other important factors in shareability include telling your story in an authentic voice and creating genuine affinity with the viewer by using real people telling their real life stories. And I think the videos that some of our speakers are going to show today demonstrate that really well. So if you think about these key factors of shareability, the emotional journey, authentic voices, it's really no surprise then that the community sector and not-for-profits are in many ways better placed to use online video than commercial organisations who, as Joe said before, just want to sell us stuff. This is borne out by recent statistics that we had a look at within the .au domain space, which shows that there is a higher percentage of websites within the org.au, asn.au, gov.au and edu.au spaces, so these are government, education and not-for-profit websites. There's a higher percentage of those using online video on their websites than in the com.au and net.au spaces, which are for commercial organisations. So that was actually quite surprising to us when we found it, but it sort of makes sense when you think about the use of online video and why you would use it. Okay, so before I throw to our panel, I'll just mention a few more stats about the impact of online video that we can all think about. According to YouTube, they receive more than 1 billion unique visitors each month, 1 billion, who collectively spend more than 4 billion hours watching video. So that's a hell of a lot of cat videos that are going on YouTube. What are all these people doing with their time? According to Envisia, viewers retain 95% of a message when they see it in a video, compared with 10% of a message when they read it in text. For me, that's a really interesting statistic and something that we should all be bearing in mind when we're thinking about our communication strategies. According to Forrester Research, it's 50 times easier to achieve a page 1 ranking on Google with a video on your homepage. And finally, according to Invodo, 92% of mobile video viewers share their videos with others. So they see something on their phone and they immediately share that with somebody else. That's become a really common behaviour, especially among younger people. And again, you want to find out how do you tap into that so that your video is one that people watch and then immediately share.